Commander Marcus Webb had served the Terran Defense Coalition for 43 years. 43 years of jumping between star systems, negotiating with species that communicated through bioluminescent patterns, and occasionally shooting at pirates who thought human cargo ships were easy targets. They learned otherwise. Now, standing in his modest apartment on Luna Station, Marcus stared at the retirement form on his datapad. Question 47. Requested retirement compensation, within reason. Most retiring officers asked for a pension upgrade, a vacation home on Europa, or a lifetime pass to the Mars casinos. Marcus had something different in mind. During his last diplomatic mission to the Alarian homeworld, he'd met Ambassador Lysara, elegant, brilliant, with those mesmerizing silver eyes that seemed to see through his usual military stoicism. The Alarians were known for their cultural exchange programs, often sending their people to live among other species to foster understanding. Marcus typed carefully, "Request one Alarian cultural companion for retirement cohabitation, pending mutual consent and galactic partnership protocols." He submitted the form and tried not to think about it. The coalition bureaucracy moved slower than a Plutonian glacier. 3 months later, his door chimed. Marcus opened it to find 2 Alarian women standing in the corridor, both carrying elegant crystalline luggage that hummed with anti-gravity tech. One had the traditional silver skin and luminescent markings of the northern tribes. The other possessed the rarer obsidian complexion with golden streaks that identified her as southern aristocracy. "Commander Webb," the silver-skinned woman said, her voice carrying that melodic quality that made every Alarian sound like they were singing. "I am Lysara. You may remember me from the diplomatic summit on Alaria Prime." Marcus's heart did something complicated. "Ambassador, yes, of course I remember." "And this," Lysara gestured to her companion, "is Lady Cassandra. There has been a situation." The darker woman stepped forward, her golden markings pulsing with what Marcus had learned was embarrassment. "Commander, I must apologize. When your request reached the Alarian Cultural Ministry, it caused quite a debate. You see, the Coalition accidentally used an archaic form when filing your request. In Old Alarian, the phrasing you use doesn't request a companion. It requests a bonded pair." Marcus blinked. "A what?" "In traditional Alarian culture," Lysara explained, entering his apartment with the confidence of someone who'd already decided she was staying. "Life partners come in triads. 2 Alarians and 1 from another species creating balance. Your request, as translated, asked for an Alarian bonding pair to join you. The ministry interpreted this as a human finally understanding our customs. They were so excited," Cassandra added, following her companion inside, "that they expedited the entire process. There were celebrations. The matriarch herself blessed our journey." Marcus stood in his doorway trying to process this. "So you're both here to stay?" "Only if you'll have us," Lysara said softly. We both consented. "We've been pair bonded since we were younglings, but we've always felt something was missing. When your name came up, I told Cassandra about you. About the human who spent 3 days negotiating a peace treaty without sleep, who learned our language in 6 months when most species take years, who made me laugh when I explained our mating crystals and you compared them to your species' tradition of diamond rings." Cassandra moved to stand beside her partner. "We researched you thoroughly, Commander. Your military record is impressive, but what interested us more were the testimonials from species you've helped. The Thren refugees you relocated. The colony ship you escorted through pirate territory for 3 weeks without payment. You are what humans call good people, yes?" Marcus felt heat rising to his face. "I just did my job." "No," Lysara said firmly. "You did more than your job. Always more. That's why we chose you." "You chose me?" Marcus looked between them. "But I'm retiring. I'm going to be boring. I'm planning to grow tomatoes. In actual dirt. I bought a greenhouse dome." Cassandra's golden markings brightened with what he recognized as delight. "You have dirt? Real planetary soil? I've wanted to study Earth botany for decades. The way your plants evolved without bioluminescent communication is fascinating. And I've been assigned as the Coalition's cultural liaison for human-Alarian relations," Lysara added. "Luna Station is perfect for that. Plus I happen to love tomatoes. You served them at the diplomatic dinner, remember?" Marcus did remember. He'd specifically requested them, knowing they were rare outside Earth. He'd wanted to impress her. "This is insane," he muttered, but he was smiling. "I asked for one companion. They sent me two. The bureaucracy finally over-delivered on something. Is that a yes?" Both women asked simultaneously, their markings pulsing in synchronization. Marcus looked at his small apartment, mentally calculating how to rearrange the furniture. Then he looked at the two alien women who'd traveled across star systems because of a clerical error, and his poorly worded request. Lysara, whose intelligence had captivated him, Indra, whose enthusiasm was already infectious. 43 years in the service had taught him many things. One of the most important: when the universe hands you an unexpected gift, you don't question the logistics. "Yes," he said, stepping aside to let them in properly. "But you're both helping with the tomatoes." Their delighted laughter sounded like music, and Marcus realized his retirement was going to be far more interesting than he'd planned. The coalition had made a mistake, but for once it was the best mistake they'd ever made. 3 months later, Marcus's greenhouse produced the finest tomatoes on Luna Station, tended by 3 hands working in perfect harmony. The matriarch of Elaria sent her official blessing, along with a note suggesting that perhaps humans understood their culture better than anyone had expected. And if Marcus noticed that his apartment somehow felt bigger with 2 more people in it, well, that was just another mystery of the universe he didn't need to solve.